I believe in me.
I believe in me.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
Stand strong. You are powerful.
Stand strong. You are inspiring.
We are fighters. We are ambitious.
We are extraordinary. We are conquerors. Simply Straight Talk, our voices will be heard.
This is Simply Straight Talk. Tune in now, you don't want to miss out. Real conversation, plenty motivation. Keep you thinking and still entertaining. Yeah, I know that you'll enjoy the Midos Free Your Voice. It's your choice. Hosted by Reggie B, but you already know. And you gotta check them out and how we roll. Hey, ain't nothing off the table. Give it to you straight. Changing your mindset, talking past mistakes. You ain't gotta wait, time to take off. This is Simply Straight Talk.
I'm Melissa, and this is the Simply Straight Talk podcast, where we engage in solution-based conversations with tips on how to overcome and move past the challenges and struggles we face in life. So join in and let's show the world you got what it takes. It's showtime. Let's hop on this train of motivation.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Simply Straight Talk podcast. This is your man, Reggie. And for all the haters out there who are scoping things out, keep on scoping. You know what I'm saying? See, that's how you got to do your haters, man. When people are hating on you and they scoping on you, checking on you, trying to see what you're doing, just go and put it on out there so they can hear it. You know what I'm saying? You just keep on rolling about your life because clearly they have no life. All right? Now let's move on. Okay. Welcome, man. Y'all, seriously, though. Welcome to the show. I was serious about that, too. But welcome to the Simply Straight Talk podcast, man. Today, we're going to talk about when making love creates regrets. Yep, we got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about it. Y'all know that right now, it is so much tension between men and women. We talked about it on different parts of the show, but today we want to take it to a different level, but we want to keep it respectable and we want to keep it positive. That's what this podcast is all about. Life lessons, but also positive affirmations so you can grow and learn. We all make mistakes in life. We all do things that sometimes we go back and think like, why did I do that? What the hell was I thinking? We all have had those experiences. But today, I want to talk about when making love creates regrets, because this is something as humans, we all want to feel the need to be connected with somebody. We all want a significant other. Some people want it on a continuous, exclusive basis. Some people want it on a party basis. But whatever your preference is, that's your choice. I'm not here to judge. But I just want to talk about what happens when regrets start to kick in. When you start to look at some of your actions and behaviors and you start to feel like, man, why did I do this? Because like I said, it happens. So I want to talk about it and I want to kind of give it a little spin so we kind of understand why we do certain things and understand also that what you may be feeling is not abnormal. So there's nothing wrong with you. You're not a bad person. Okay, so it's not abnormal to feel regrets or negative thoughts after certain intercourses or certain actions with your partner or with somebody else. It all depends on the makeup of the relationship. What is it that is really going on behind the scenes? What are you feeling? What are you receiving? So that's what we want to talk about today. Because I think we all understand and we all agree that sex can be fun. It can be liberating. I can't even say it. And it can be utterly wonderful. It can. Because that's what it is supposed to be. It is supposed to be a meaningful experience, a pleasure between you and your partner, to where you both feel, excitement and joy and love. That's what it's supposed to be about. But we also know that that's not always the case. Because sometimes it can feel like something is missing after sex. Sometimes we think that, it shouldn't have happened or it should have gone a different way. That's just how it is. It should have been different. And, men and women are always going to experience regrets in varying degrees and about several aspects of their sexual encounters. It's just the reality of life. And like I say, This all depends on the circumstances. So it will not apply to every case. If you are in a happy relationship and you and your partner are just having a great time, a great life, then you may not be feeling these things, but you may have experienced some of the things I'm going to talk about today with your partners from the past. Now, before we get started and really jump into this, I want to give you 4 types of negative feelings that a person may experience after sex. Now, these are what I personally feel are the 4 most common. So this is just me telling you my personal thoughts on what I feel the 4 most negative experiences that people may feel after having sex with someone. Now, first is the fact that the person wants a more bonded relationship. They want a closer relationship with that person. And, this type of negative feeling is when you want that stronger connection. After being intimate, you want that stronger connection. And you may feel rejected when that closeness is not there. After it's done, you're sitting there, you're kind of talking, but you can tell like it's just sort of going through the motions. It's like there's not really a true connection. Even during the process of intercourse, you don't feel a real connection. Like you don't feel they're giving you that connection that you want, that comfort that you feel like you would want after that. So it leads you to feel like I want a more bonding experience, but I'm being denied. So you start to question yourself. You start to question, did I do it right? Did I do it good? Did they not like it? Did they really like it? What is it? What is going on? This was supposed to bring us together. This was supposed to be the bond that ties all bonds. You're supposed to be closer to me now. We're supposed to have a bond. What happened? Did I not do enough? Was I not wild enough? What is it? And it makes a person feel like that. And one thing I want to clarify in this, that this is something that men and women feel. Because right now we live in a day and age where everything is said, oh, no. Men never feel that way. I'm going to tell you right now, men do feel this way. The 4 things I'm going to tell you are things that men and women feel. And if anybody say they don't, they a lie. Okay. Number 2, fulfilling the sexual urge. Now, this type of negative feeling is when you feel the need to be held or you just want to be touched by someone. You just feel lonely. You just feel like, man, I wish I just had somebody here. I'm feeling that urge. Like, I just really need to release. I just really need it. So you call a person from your past or you go out and you meet somebody at the club or whatever. You come home. You take care of business. But after the deed is done, you realize that you feel nasty and you just want to leave and you just want to take a long shower. You cannot scrub yourself hard enough. You don't feel clean. Even after you take a shower, you still don't feel clean. So you may get up and take another shower. You know what I'm saying? You may even stop by the store on the way home to buy cleaning products or hygiene products that you already got at home, but you just want a new bottle that's unopened because you feel like it just be more stronger because the air ain't got to it and it's stronger than what you got at home. You know what I'm saying? But people do get into situations like that where we feel lonely, we feel alone, and we just want to be touched, we just want to be held. And then when we get it, it's kind of like, I didn't like this. This did not bring me comfort. It did not bring me anything. It was just, And it may not be that the sex wasn't good. It's just that it wasn't fulfilling to you. It did not fulfill you because it was an empty moment of passion. That's it. And there was no connection. There was no attraction. It was just something to appease the time, to give your mind a sense of, look, someone's here, okay? Now quiet those chemicals down that's flowing through my body because this is why I'm exchanging those chemicals of excitement and wanting something for those chemicals of sad and unhappy and questioning myself, questioning who I am, my confidence. You start to question, are you really attractive? Can you really meet somebody? Is it my body? Is it me? Does nobody ever want me? Why can't I find something that's really fulfilling instead of participating in these unfulfilling acts that leave me feeling nasty and basically I feel like I just lost all my self-worth. All of it. In that one moment, I feel like I lost all my self-worth. So those are the things that happens when you try to fulfill those sexual urges. So that's another type of negative feeling that a person may feel. Now, a third form of negative emotion that a person may experience is like an emptiness or void. And that's where you're just emotionally unsatisfied about your encounter. Even during the course of having intercourse, you feel empty. Your mind is trying to escape the moment of what your body is experiencing because you just don't feel anything. You're laying there and you're just numb. You don't feel anything. You're going through the motions of it. You're just acting it out. Now, here's the difference. Now, some people may say, well, isn't that the same as the number 2 you said about fulfilling the urge? Well, when a person is fulfilling the urge, during the moment of intercourse, they actually kind of like it. It's like, okay, it's here, it's here, it's here. And it's not till it's done that you feel like, oh, I'm unfulfilled. But when you have an emptiness or void, that's from the start of the process on through to the end. Even in the actual intercourse session between you and the other person, you don't feel anything. You're just sort of laying there like, yeah, I like it. And you're just faking it. You're faking sounds. You're faking movement. You're just faking it. And basically you're like, hurry up. You just want the person to hurry up. And that's just the feeling of just an emptiness of void because there's nothing there. And your mind is literally trying to escape your body. It's like, body, if you want to stay here and deal with this, fine. I'm going to drift off to work. I'm going to drift off to what I got to do tomorrow. I'm just going to go somewhere else until this is over. And that happens. It actually happens to people. People will actually do that. So it's a reality. It's not something that's made up. People can go numb during the process of intercourse. I heard, I don't want to say her name, but a popular YouTuber actually, she said it herself. She says when it comes to sex, she says I can just do it and don't feel anything. She says I don't feel it. I can just lay there. I can just be there and not be there. She actually said that, and that is a woman. Okay, women. Okay, but she actually said that, and men can do it too. Men can be there. Just go through the motions and like, I just need her to release. And once she's done, I won't fake it. Yes, women, men fake it too. So it's just something that actually happens. Is it just what gets a person into that situation to where you feel this emptiness or void, but you still participate in this act? Number 4. Sex doesn't win them over. And I have seen this in so many people. Many people attempt to use sex to get what they want from somebody else with the hopes of obtaining a promise or commitment from someone. They think if I give them sex, they're going to fall in love with me. They're going to be my boyfriend. They're going to be my girl. She's going to be my girlfriend, or she's going to want to wife me, or he's going to want to be my lover. They think that it's going to be proof that they love them by giving up their bodies. And when it does not work, it leaves that person feeling like they have just been robbed because they feel like I gave you my body. I gave you my body for a reason because I wanted you to know that I love you. I wanted you to know that this is yours. And you're telling me you don't want it? This didn't win you over? All this good did not win you over? All that long stroking did not win you over? What are you talking about? You're supposed to be in love with me. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be out trying to buy a ring, buy us a house. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be in there cooking me a 5-star meal. And women, y'all want to know how it breaks a brother heart. This is the truth. When a man thinks he's put it down and that woman gets up in the morning and be like, oh, you fixing breakfast? What do you want to eat? Yeah, you going to go grab something on the way? There's a Waffle House down the street. You can stop there and pick you something up on the way home. You want to see a dude break down in the car? Put a video camera in this car and watch him. But you do have people like that, man. There are people who really feel like my body is the tool that is going to make you fall in love with me. It's going to make you be committed and faithful because I have given you my body. I have given you sex. Now you cannot leave me. You're supposed to be in love with me, right? If somebody gives you their body, you're supposed to be in love with them. See, these are the questions and the intentions behind some of the acts that people do. So we've already discussed that some people will have sex because they want to have a more bonded relationship. Some people are trying to fulfill a sexual urge for the moment. They just feel it. They just want to have intercourse. We talked about people will have intercourse and still have an emptiness or void throughout the whole process. And the fourth one we just talked about is when someone thinks that sex can win over another person, to make them buy them things, to make them do all types of things they want them to do. They feel like as long as I'm giving them sex, I'm going to get his pockets. Sex is going to empty out his pockets. Sex is going to make her think I'm the only man for her or I'm the only woman for him. Come on now. We got to look deeper into this thing. We got to go much deeper than thinking that our bodies are the way to win over someone in a relationship. But we also have to look at the fact that we live in a society today where a person being overly sexualized in their social media, on these platforms, is making people think that's the way to win. That's the way to get ahead. Be as sexual as possible and you'll get ahead in life. Do you agree with that? Well, we're going to take this break and we're going to come right back and we're going to talk about that right here on the Simply Straight Talk podcast.
We'll be back with your host, Reggie, on Simply Straight Talk.
Hey, this your man Reggie here. Are you looking for some fresh new music? Are you looking for an artist that's got that positive vibe and that positive flow, that knows how to flow lyrically? Then man, you need to check out Tone G Music with songs like Buzzing, Good Deeds, and Pick Up the Phone. Now these songs are available on Apple Music and other digital platforms. Tone G brings that positive vibe in everything he does. And the music he brings with the reggae style and that smooth lyrical flow, oh, you know what to do. Y'all check out Tone G Music.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, we're back with the second part of today's show. Listen, today we are talking about when making love creates regrets. Now, in the first part of the show, I gave you 4 negative emotions that a person may experience after certain situations regarding having sexual intercourse with somebody. We talk about a person that was probably seeking a more bonded and stronger relationship, and they didn't feel it after having sex. We talked about, a person trying to fulfill that sexual urge. They're single or whatever, and they just like, oh, I just need it. And they go out and have it. Then they kind of like, what was I thinking? You're laying there, a tear rolling out your eyes. The other person thinking because it was so good, and you thinking because it was I'm so bad. I shouldn't be here. Don't look at me. Matter of fact, get up, get off, and get out. And then we also talked about a person feeling an emptiness or void, and that's during the entire process of being having intercourse with somebody, and you're just not feeling anything. You're just numb, and it's not a good feeling. And then we talked about the negative effects of a person who's trying to use sex to win someone over or prove something to another person or possibly get something from another person. And they think just by giving their body that it's going to make that person, sort of comply with whatever they want, whatever they ask, whatever they're feeling, be it emotional or physical. They're going to want that person to be like, oh, you gave me your body, you gave me some sex, so now I'm at your beck and call. And it doesn't work like that, people. It doesn't work like that. And it brought us to the second segment of the show, to where we're talking about how it has to make you wonder if people are actually properly vetting the person they give their body to, or the person they want to pursue a relationship with. Looks, money, expensive cars, big houses is not going to define a person's heart or their true character. Now, when we're talking about making love can create regrets, and people often find themselves regretting the time they have spent giving their body to somebody because they didn't do it based on the fact that this was a potential lifetime long partner. In some cases, they saw this person, thought they looked good, and they really didn't take time to date or get to know the person. They wanted the person to see, like, I got it. I got what you want. But you got to realize sex can come from anybody. A woman can get sex from pretty much, there are millions of men in the world, millions of women in the world. So you are not holding something that's exclusive that nobody else can offer. And I think that's the mindset that a lot of people have. And I talked about this before because I have heard where women have said that, where some women who really feel like their body is the prize. And we talked about that when a man asks now, like, what are you bringing to the table? Like, me, my body. Like, my body is the prize. It should be more than that. And that don't just apply to women, but it applies to men. What you're bringing into somebody else's life has to be more than just your body. It has to be something that's going to help that person become better, which means that we have to get past the notion that sex is going to be the glue that binds a relationship. It's not. Sex is just a different type of icing. That's it. It's a different type of icing on the cake. It is not the contents of what actually makes up the foundation of a cake. You can't take a bunch of icing from a container or even make icing, put it in a cake pan and splash it in there and say, I have a cake. You do not have a cake. You got a bunch of sugar, a bunch of icing. It is just extra. It adds extra to the cake. But a good cake can stand alone by itself. Let's get into the fact that when it comes to men and women, there are a lot of myths surrounding men and women. And one thing is that I think this is such a divisive thing that people say that men don't want to, after having sex, don't want to lay with a woman. I don't agree with that. It goes back to what I was just talking about. If you are properly vetting the people that you are interacting with and who you're giving yourself to, if you are dating a man and after being with that person, that man gets up and wants to leave, that man is not into you. Now, I can understand if you're in a room and it's hot, your body, the heat from your body is starting to pour out. It's hot in the room. It's like, oh, let's just put a fan, let's cool down. But anytime, whether it be a man or woman, but if he gets up and walks out, like, okay, we're done, that man doesn't care about you. So did you properly assess the situation of who this person was and what this person was really looking for in a relationship? Did you really go that deep? Or did you just figure like, nice car, he said the right thing, so yeah, he's a good match. Here's my body, take it. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing. We also have men out there who are getting mad at women because, they're meeting women. They're not taking time to get to know the woman. They're not asking the woman the right questions. They're not even trying to really talk to her. They're looking at her chest. They're looking at her hips, her lips, her legs, her thighs, and they're saying, whew, this it. You're not thinking for something long term. You're thinking in the moment. That's part of the icing. What is she? Who is she really? Does she have ambition? Does she have goals? Is she trying to go back to school? Is she working on something? Does she want a family? Not want a family? See, these are the things that people really don't get into when they're starting to have these relationships with people, and it creates regrets. But these regrets are not built on the act of sex. It contributes to it, but it's built on the fact that we come to a point to where it makes us realize that we never took time to figure out who this person is that I'm laying with. We never took time to try to understand, why are we here right now? What's going to happen after this? If this is just for a moment. And I get it. Some people, that's your thing. If that's your thing and it's a consensual, mutual understanding that we're going to smash, we're going to lay in this bed, we're going to strip down, we're going to smash, and then we're going to go about our business, that's your business. But if you are with somebody and you are under the understanding that, yes, I am here with you, but you know that me being here means that I'm looking for something more serious. I'm looking for something long term. I am looking for a true relationship, a lifetime partner. That needs to be established. But then again, we all know that we have people who will say whatever needs to be said, even though they know they've heard you say that. They are still going to play along just so they can go for the ride. And then I could have took that somewhere, but see, I caught myself. But, they're going to play along with it, tell you what you want to hear. And then after that, they're going to bounce. But once again, you say, well, I asked the right question, but tell you something. Did their answers follow suit by their actions? See, a lot of us don't pay attention to the actions of a person. We'll hear something. We'll see what we want to see. And we'll dream of what we want it to be. But we fail to acknowledge the fact that everything this person is saying, everything that we think we're seeing, their physical actions are the complete opposite. The complete opposite. And this is how we end up with regrets. Some of us are just looking for something to fulfill the moment, and then we feel hurt. And like I said, we feel nasty at the end of it. Some of us are just have such low self-esteem that we figure we have to do this. I have to submit myself, because if I don't, nothing's better going to come along. Nobody else is going to give me a chance. I'm too fat. I'm too big. My face doesn't look like Regina Hall or Halle Berry or the beautiful Viola Davis. I don't have their looks. I don't have their money. I don't have their status. So nobody's going to want me. I'm not Will Smith. I'm not Denzel Washington. I'm not some famous rapper or actor. So no woman is going to want to give me the time of day. And these are the things that we face as men and women. We all struggle with our own confidence issues about who we are as individuals. But you cannot use sex to replace that or fix that. It will not fix the problem. Sex is not the solution to your issues. It is not the remedy to what's going on internally inside you about how you feel and see and think about yourself or where you are in life. It is not the answer. But stay tuned. I'm coming back with my final thoughts. I'm going to drop some knowledge on you.
You're listening to Simply Straight Talk.
Hello, Simply Straight Talk family. If you are enjoying this episode, at the end of the show, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. And why not share this with a friend? Also, visit our blog at newlifenewmind.com, where you can find additional articles on more great topics. Stay tuned. The show will continue right after this message.
Are you ready for the straight truth? Reggie, what's the final word for today?
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the final thoughts of today's show. Man, we talk about when making love creates regrets. Listen, We have all been there. We have all been in situations to where we have put ourselves in the situation. Yes, put ourselves, because we decided that we wanted to have a little fun, or maybe we thought we can entice somebody or win somebody over, and we decided to use our body to do it. Your body is yours. So whoever takes it, that you consensually give it to, because nobody should be taking it without your permission, but whoever you consensually give your body to, you have to keep in mind that it was your choice. And we have to be very careful about who we give our body to. Because not only when a man is inside a woman, or a woman allows a man inside of her, that is two people joining. That is two people who are connecting, that's supposed to be on a very happy, exciting, loving moment. But many people miss the opportunity because they try to abuse sex as a way of an opportunity instead of building something. It is something that you're supposed to give to somebody who you really care about, who you really love. Many of us are dealing with our own self-care issues, things we don't believe about ourselves, negative things we say to ourselves, negative things that we just sort of make our affirmations for life. And it's our way of sort of getting past that is by giving our body to somebody else. And in those few moments when they're either moaning or saying something that we feel like makes us feel good, only at the end, when it's over and reality sets back in, and this person is no longer saying those things or doing those things that they were doing to you in that moment of passion, that you come to realize that I just gave my body to somebody who really doesn't care about me, who really doesn't want me. So what is it for you to do? You have to start with you. It's important. You have to start with you, because you cannot be a better person. You cannot have the life that you want if you are unable to have that confidence in yourself, that true self-belief, that positive mindset to where you feel comfortable about being you, that you love you. And that's what makes you special. Giving your body to somebody else, as we said earlier in the show, people will say anything to have access to your body. But very few will do what needs to be done to show you that they are worthy of it. People need to be worthy of your body. They need to be worthy of who you are. So you need to be really careful about how you take people's words without actions, because you are deserving of being loved. You are deserving of having somebody who is willing to love you for you, and not just for your body, because they want to see you also grow mentally, emotionally. They respect your body. They appreciate your body. They bring life to you, to that whatever you're feeling on the inside, they're rebuilding that. They're helping you to rebuild that confidence, to rebuild that faith in yourself, to know that you are beautiful and you do not have to question your self-worth. You don't have to question your self-confidence. You don't have to question who you are, because somebody who loves you for you, they will see you, not a body, not a breast, not a booty, not muscles, not a penis, not legs, not thighs. They see you. And what they see in you is an asset to them. And they're going to make themselves a valuable asset to you. You hear me what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying, people? All right. Hey, guys, that's it for today's show, man. Thank y'all for checking out the Simply Straight Talk Show. Hey, guys, thank you for all the love and support. I really appreciate it. We are getting more downloads. We are getting more people listening to the show. And yes, I enjoy all topics, even topics like this. But as y'all see, I do try to keep it respectful, okay? So stay tuned. We'll be back next Friday with another episode of the Simply Straight Talk Show.
That's it for this week's episode of the Simply Straight Talk podcast. Be sure to sign up to our email list at simplystraighttalk.com and follow us in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss our next episode. Wishing you a wonderful day from the Simply Straight Talk crew.
Simply Straight Talk with your host Reggie B. Come on, let's all join in. Free your voice, it's your choice, all right here. Oh, Simply Straight Talk.